welcome to the Knitting Project. My name is Sharon and I'm coming to you from Surrey in the UK, where I live with my family, 4 cats and a dog. Today is Monday the 1st of August 2022 and this is episode 130. Welcome if you're a new viewer, welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is my podcast all about what I've been up to crafting wise during the week. And it's actually only a week since I last recorded. Whoop whoop. I've managed it. So I haven't a huge amount to show you because, you know, it's only a week since I last recorded. But I did go to a couple of places, yarny places at the weekend, and I have got quite a lot of stash enhancement. So there's that. So let's start with my finished object. So I've got a finished object. And I have finished my test for me, so not a test, but I was experimenting with a recipe for a trainer sock for me, and these are them. So this is a homespun house, little house in the big woods, which I'd already knit a pair of shorty socks in, so this is my second pair of shorty socks with, and this time I chose this lovely yellow mini, so that's from Woolly Goodness. So this is a homespun house, this is Woolly Goodness, and the idea was I was going to rib the centre section in yellow. But the day I was knitting these, we went to play crazy golf for Meg's birthday, and I got carried away knitting this in the car, and then realised I was gone so far as at the toe. I was like, I'm not ripping that back now. So I just did full sock, just normal plain trainer socks. But I love them. They're really lovely. They're really pretty. I'm loving the yellow with the green. That could become a new obsession. And I've got the foot length correct now, so I know how many rows I need to do for my foot length. I just need to know where to do the split for the ribbing. So hopefully next week I may have done something with that. Now I have got a pair cast on, which I'll show you in a moment, that I am trying to do that with. So yes, that's my finished object. I have lots of lovely new trainer socks by the end of this summer, aren't I? I know I did say I wanted to spend the summer knitting shorty socks, but the idea was to spend the summer knitting shorty lace socks, but I somehow missed on that. Excuse me, I'm drinking my coffee. So next up, what I've been working on this week. I have been working on, so I've got a new cast on, I've got a blanket, and these are socks. So these are hanging out in my Elderflower Stitches bag. So I was lucky enough to attend Socks on the Beach on Saturday and then go to the Summer Wool Festival on Sunday. So I wanted something that was really easy to knit. Hold on, I have a tangle. I have a tangle. My ball of yarn has tangled around my other ball of yarn. That's what happens when you put 2 sock whips in the same project bag. So I wanted something really plain and simple. And when I was watching my vlogs back, my other sock is not in here. Where is my other sock? Are you in there? I will be back. I am missing a sock. Bear with. Okay, found it. So when I was watching my vlogs back, when I was ill, I had been doing some forethought, afterthought heels. And I haven't done any for ages. Now, they don't fit me the best, but they're not rubbish, you know, they do work. So I thought what I would do is knit a sock tube with a cuff and a toe on it, and then put a forethought, afterthought heel in. One of these days I will choose my where I'm going to mark to put my heel in a different colour to the colours I'm knitting in. Every time I seem to pick a random mini that is the same colour, which makes it quite difficult to spot. But anyway, I did all of this one on Saturday because we were just sitting and chatting and knitting in the pub, which was lovely. And then I did this one yesterday at the Summer Wool Festival, so I've got that far. And because it's stripes, they knit themselves, don't they? So you know exactly how many you're going to do, which I really loved. So I'm hoping I might get this finished a bit later on today. This might be a finished object by now, next week. So this lovely yarn is by Woolly Goodness, who does amazing self-striping, and she very kindly dyed this for me and it's called SCR1 TNO Stripes, and I absolutely adore it. It's so pretty. It is also Jenny's birthday today, so happy birthday, Jenny, for today. And yeah, I just love it. I love this. It came with this beautiful little pink mini that matches the minis in the middle. So I'm going to do, I've obviously done the toe and the cuff on that one, so I'm going to do the heel, where I put the heel in for that one. I'm just not great at picking up stitches to cut the heel in, but if it's got the thread in it, I can pick up quite easily and then just pull the thread out. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy that. So that was my first sock whip. I had to hand wind the ball. My ball winder has, well, let's just say it's got a bit of an issue at the moment. I hope your hubby can repair it. I was going to wind it into like a gobstopper ball with all the like the different colours, but I ended up winding this in the dark, and that wasn't going to work. So that's my first sock whip. Oh, and I should say, let's do the recipe. So I'm using Chalgu 2.5mm needles, which I appreciate are not the cheapest needles. When I went to the Summer Wool Festival yesterday, I bought myself 2 more, so 4 pairs of these basically, so 2 more sets of 2, and it cost me £40. I was like, nice. They're expensive needles. So I'm doing 60 stitches, so it's a 60 stitch count, and I use 2 circulars and mine are 2.5mm needles. But I am finding at the moment that these are hurting my hands less for even just plain socks, whereas I'd always use them for lace socks. I've started using them for plain socks as well, so I thought I'd get myself a couple more pairs, because at the minimum I have normally got a stripy pair on the needles, a plain pair on the needles, and a lacy pair on the needles. I haven't got the lacy pair this week. So that's that one. And then next up in here I have got, oh, come out of that. Oh, my yarn is all over the place. I have got the worst, I'll show you what the problem I've got is. So my ball winder, for some reason, is doing that. And this is now all coming apart at the bottom because it's kind of not tightly wound, and it's tightly wound, you see it's almost going into a cone. I actually think at some point today I might just sit there and wind that off into a ball, because it's not good. And this is Elderflower Stitches in her, hold on, have I got the label? Yes, I have. So this is Elderflower Stitches, and this is her Glace Cherry Sparkle Sock, which is a 75 merino, 20% nylon and 5% stellina. It's very pretty, it's very sparkly, very sparkly. I'm hoping you can see the sparkle from my really bad cake. And even my baby cake didn't go very well. Even that's having a few issues. But it's really pretty. And I'm making my trainer socks with this. So I have done the roll top. So this is just plain stocking stitch at the top. So I've done my roll top. And then I've done the heel flap, and I've done a garter stitch heel turn on this one. And I'm just about to do the gusset decreases, and that's as far as I'd got with it. And I was going to take this to do at Socks on the Beach, and I suddenly realised there is no way I'd count the decreases correctly if I was chatting, and because I actually want this to be my vanilla sock recipe for these particular style of trainer socks, I actually do need to concentrate on this. I really do. But isn't that pretty? I love how this is knitting up. So pretty. And again, I'm going to use the little mini for the ribbing in the middle, toes and the cuffs. I haven't used it for the heel, because I'm not sure how far that will go to do the middle and the heel. So we will see. We'll see how much we had left over. Right, I'm going to put this entire mess back into this bag now, because I need to sort, look, you need to sort that out at some point. and I was using, so again that's 60 stitches, and I am using my wooden needles for that one, but I may very well change over to some of my Chalgoos now that I've bought some more. I'm sure I have another pair somewhere, because I'm sure this is the pair I bought, but another pair I bought recently, but I can't find them because it's me. So we've just got a different camera angle today. Thought I'd mention that because I'm hoping the lighting will be better with the light in front of me. You never know. But I haven't got my table in front of me. My table's beside me, so I'm kind of turning around all the time. So the next thing I didn't knit it, I crocheted, is living in my beautiful bag from Brendy, my friend Brendy. And I have now put the Squiddle Village blanket into it because it needed a bigger bag. And I have attached the strip I was working on last week. So that one at the top there, this one here, has now got attached to it. And these are all granny squares, and there's 6 rounds of granny square. And each time I finish a round, I stop and I turn it around the other way and go back the other way. So you get some very square squares. So this is how it's looking. Let's see if I can push back a little bit, maybe stand up. And you can, I'll go round it, because my wingspan is not wide enough to show you all of this in one go, because it's quite big. So I'm doing 12 by 12, and I've now done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've only got 3 more lines to do, and then I'm calling that one finished. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the rest of the Squiddle Village packs, because that is less than the amount of the Squiddle Village packs. So it's going to be a smaller blanket, unless I decide that I want to do granny stripes around the outside, which is possible. I might do that. We will see. Depends on how big it ends up, because I only want it to go on one of the beds in the caravan, so I don't want it to be too big. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we are going away next week in the caravan. I'm really hoping that's going to happen. If not, I'll have to make a special trip down so I can actually measure it on the bed. So I'll take this away with me next week, and then I can do some measuring and see, you know, go, oh yes, well width-wise it's fine now, but I do need it longer. And then I'll work it out from that. So it's actually going to be for Ian eventually. He doesn't know that, but it is. I'm doing that on a 3mm clover crochet hook. Right, so next up is living in my bunny bucket. And I have finally cast on, I know I kept saying this, I have finally cast on a new Whitmoor, and I've only got a little bit to start with. So the Whitmoor is by Amy Loudon, who is Taylor S Studios, and I'm literally just starting the collar, neckband. That's the word I was looking for, neckband. Oh, that was a bad move. There we go. And I'm using Kelly's Advent from last year, so it's going to be a gradient rainbow. But because I'd already used this yarn for something, oh goodness me. Because I'd already used this yarn for something else, it was very much alive. It's got Nala hair on it now. I had to frog that. It was only a cushion cover, it was nothing exciting, and now I've found some cushion covers in B&M that I like, so I'm no longer making them. But yeah, so I frogged that, and now it's a collar. So I'm going to have lots of lovely ends to sew in, because I had to keep, because it was squares, there was lots of bits and pieces, but never mind. So that's my first colour, then that'll be my second colour, and then it goes into this colour, and then, so this is colour 3. Do they actually say on them what colour numbers they are? No, they don't. But if you can see behind me, that side, oh, I hate doing this, this never works. There, that there is an advent calendar holder from Jewels of So Sweet Violet. It's beautiful, and that's got my advent in there from Kelly, so it is in number order, so I'll just have to grab them out of there, and then if I decide I want to take it away with me to the caravan or something, I'll have to name them, number the minis, but at least it won't take me too long. So yes, that's my little bunny bucket, and that came from B&M as well, in actual fact, believe it or not. So that is it. It's always me. I always end up with the patterns on my desk after I've finished. That's it from what I've been knitting this week. Oh, hold on. Haven't even got any no hair. Why is my nose itching? So yeah, that's it from what I've been knitting this week. So let's go. Should we go into what I bought? Should we have a look at my stash enhancement? I mean, one's Happy Mail and the other's stash enhancement. So Happy Mail is the next palette pack. It's a really pretty one from Les Family Art. I guess I could just do scrappy socks with the remainders after I finish that blanket. And at some point I'll remember to actually label them so I know which palette pack is which. But yeah, it's really, really pretty. Particularly like that blue. So lovely. Sorry about the crinkling, guys. Yeah, love that. Right, so these are, first up is these ones. So at Socks on the Beach we did a mini swap, and I got a couple of little minis which I really love. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they're very pretty, aren't they? I like how they're stripy. I might try and find a third one like that in my stash and maybe make a pair of scrappy trainer socks with them, because that'd be a nice memory of Socks on the Beach. And also this is definitely going to be socks because I love it, but it is going to be Christmas socks. So we won a quiz which was amazing, and I chose a skein from Down Sheepy Lane, and it's called the Nutcracker and the Four Realms. So these are going to be Christmas socks. So whether I have to cast them on sooner or rather than later, I don't know, but they are definitely a Christmas sock one. So that was from Saturday. And then Sunday, I went shopping with my Easter Anglia Yarn Festival bag. I got a couple of braids of fibre. This is the height of laziness, but I fell absolutely in love with these braids. And I can't be bothered to get my braids down to spin. I want to do some spinning, so I was just like, I knew the lovely Alma, Switchcrafty Lady, was going to be at the show, so I was like, I'm going to get a couple of her braids. And I love this base. It's a superwash Polworth with nylon. It's unbelievably soft, and I love spinning Polworth. And it's really pretty, so pretty. So I mean, it's perfect me, isn't it? Never mind spinning, I should just wear it. But yeah, I love it. So that's the first one, and the second one will be no surprise. It's almost the same, but kind of just a little bit more depth of colour. Again, it's from the lovely Alma Switchcrafty Lady. And oh, I love her braids. I do love her braids. Oh, that pop there, isn't that pretty? So I'm going to enjoy spinning those. I need to get my wheel down. Yeah, I need to make space and get my wheel down, and I need to do a lot of things really. So now I get to what I bought. So this jumped out and hit me in the face, and I was like, oh, I really love this. And this is Home by the Sea by Truly Hooked. I've got a few of these colours, and I always gravitate towards them, but I don't ever seem to knit them, so I need to get this knit up. I've got one that's actually wound up on the end of there, just there in that corner, which is one of Laura's. I think it's called Earth Day, and it's very similar colours to this, so I really do need to start getting these knit up. And as that one's already knit up, maybe that one will go into my rotation very quickly. But yeah, this is lovely. So that's Truly Hooked. Then the lovely Georgie of Fibre Fox was there, And this is kind of me in a skein as well. This is Fairy Godmothers. Isn't it pretty? And that's her lovely, lovely logo. And yeah, I loved this. Absolutely loved it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm assuming socks, but I love it. So it would appear I may not be spinning that soon, because even that fluff is affecting me. Oh, COVID. Right, next up, this just yelled at me. This is Snuggly Stars Yarns, and it's her sock set. This is Sunrise, and it's 50 grams of main colour and 20 grams of the mini. And this is most definitely going to be a little pair of shorty trainer socks, and I love it. Absolutely love it. It's so pretty. So that, I'm looking forward to making those. That's going to be quite soon in my rotation, I think. This is Cinnamon Snow, but isn't that beautiful? And I've got a little lace sock pattern I want to do in this. So again, this one might be quite quickly round up. And finally, Siobhan Crafts. That one. I just loved this. It was in her bargain bin. It is a sock weight. It's quite squishy, but again, it's going to be such a fun one to knit up. I really enjoyed, really liked that. I got a bag strap, a hand woven bag strap from Blue Fern Yarns, which actually has given me the idea I might just set up my loom and do some bag straps, because I love a bag strap and a lot of my bags haven't got straps, so this would be useful. That's really lovely. So that's her card. That's Blue Fern Yarns. Also has a podcast. And finally, part of the prize package that I won was donated by the lovely Malika, who makes amazing stitch markers. So that's her name. And then this is the beautiful little, I've got a little angel. Isn't she cute? I love her. So she's going to go on one of my pairs of socks in a bit. So that's it. As you can imagine, quite a lot of stash enhancement there. Otherwise, I've even got news, and I haven't got an awful lot of news. It was Meg's birthday, so there should be a little bit of vlog footage of Meg's birthday. We went and played crazy golf and took Nala with us, and she was so good. She was so good. I can't believe how good this little puppy was. So there will definitely be Nala footage. I mean, I'm sorry, you are probably going to get Nala spam. But yes, and then obviously I've been away. I went to Socks on the Beach on Saturday, and that was wonderful. In fact, I went with my lovely friend Sally, who is amazing, and I adore her. But her sat nav got us very lost. Well, it didn't get us lost in the middle of Brighton. It just kept us going round and round in circles. And when I checked my sat nav on my phone to see whether I could, get some different directions, it thought I was in London. It was trying to take me to Covent Garden. And I was like, well, my sat nav's even worse. And then bless her, she picked me up really early yesterday morning. I would say really early, it was 8:15. It was early enough for a Sunday. And we went to Bedford and Amp Hill for the Summer Wool Festival, which was really, really good. Really enjoyed it. Got a bit wet once. It absolutely hammered down on us, but it was for like 2 seconds. It was fine. In fact, it was quite refreshing. Sadly, it really threw it down there, and I was like, oh great, I won't have to water the garden. Didn't do it here. I did have to water the garden, which from what I have just heard this morning, if you happen to be in Surrey, we're about to get a hosepipe ban, which I'm not surprised, because everywhere looks so dead, so I'm not surprised we're now rationing water. But yeah, apparently we're about to get our hosepipes banned, which is just going to make my life watering in the evenings so much more fun. I've only got a few little pots, so it's just easy to throw the hosepipe on for 5 minutes and it's done, instead of carting water. But never mind, we're going to have to save water, and I totally agree with that. otherwise, I think that's it from me this week. It's going to be a super short one. So for all of those of you who said, I'll be happy even if you've got one project, well, yeah, this is as short as it's going to get, I think. Upcoming week, we are at Ardingly on Saturday, so I'm not going to get much knitting time Saturday. We're doing a balloon thing at Ardingly Showground, so which is the South of England Showground. I don't anticipate an awful lot of knitting that day. I anticipate being very tired, and then the following week we are off on holiday. So I'm hoping there'll be a podcast on that Sunday, but the following Sunday maybe not, because I will be back from holiday on the Monday. But we will see. I can just see Meg's big black cat Spartan is just, hold on, he's about to fall off of a fence, I think. See if I can video him, then you can see what I can see. So this is just behind you. No, focus on him, will you? Oh no, he's what is he doing? Oh, what he was walking on. But anyway, you've got to have a 3-second video footage of the black cat who just literally jumped behind you. So I think that's it from me today. I hope you're all okay wherever you are. Take care, and I will see you next week, hopefully.